fucking hippie.
I'm super hash. I'm super bros. I'm super hash. I'm super bros, super hash bros. 95, super bros, super hash bros. 95, super everyone, I'm super hash bros. 99.
While eating some fucking tofu right out of the container.
Oh my gosh, is that Wild Lee with First? The legend is back. Oh, Richie, thank you so much.
Fucking hippie.
I'm so glad Richie's here. What a treat. Frick. I love pickles. I like weed. Same. Thank you, Richie. What a dream. Huh? Having Richie here, having Wild. You know, I've met Richie through Wild. Isn't that crazy lore? Now look at us. Connected at the ass. Hi, Drool. How you doing? Thanks for trying to get first. I appreciate you being here. Love you guys. Are you ready for this weekend, Richie? It's happening. What up, Fluffy Joe Dog? Thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate you always lurking and hanging out.
Everyone, I'm super hash bros. 95.
Today was a good day, guys.
Let me get all spiritual.
Sometimes Mother's Day can be a little bittersweet for me, but it's my big bartending extravaganza. Oh, that's right. Your bartending thing. I forgot about that. What are the chances?
I'm super hash.
I thought you were coming to meet up with us, but I forgot you were going to the bartending thing.
I'm super hash. I'm super
I feel you, dear. I cried a bit today.
bros. Super
I wasn't invited. Oh my god. I told you to cut. We're not going to say who didn't want you, but I want you. Yeah, it can be a little bittersweet, but I made myself get up and go to temple. And it was just so magical, man. Like, even if the whole world turns you away, even if your mother, your father, your friends and family, you know, the beloved's never going to turn you away.
Some fucking tofu right out of the container.
It's so magical, man. It's so crazy, an overwhelming feeling.
Flavorless. Wet and
Hard to put into words.
fucking hippie.
I'm super hash. I'm super bros. I'm super hash. I'm super
Michelle! Yay, you got your daily hash brown.
bros. 95. Super bros. Super hash bros. 95. Super.
Where were we last time? I think we were verse 15 or something? No, past that, huh? Jeez. We're getting through there, guys. We're like halfway through this book already. Well, at least the first book. There's 2 books. I'm sorry.
I'm super hash bros. 95.
Good job, Michelle. I'm proud of you. 5 licks. My god.
Troll on Twitch. Getting fucking baked out of my mind.
Yeah, I was there at Temple and my friend there. She's so sweet. Like, unbelievably sweet. She's always just worrying about me. She's like, here, I did it. And,
Super hash.
yeah, just talking to her. She's always making it seem like I'm suffering so much. And I'm like, Michelle. I'm like, Naomi. Sorry, I was reading Michelle's name. I was like, Naomi, you know, like, I'm not suffering. I'm not in, like, bitter, horrible, dire straits or anything like that. I'm not on the streets. And, like, I don't know. She's always telling me how much more I deserve. And she's very, very sweet. Sometimes I wonder, you know, I'm like, oh, man, life is difficult. I wish I had someone in my corner. And then the Lord sends me all these friends and all these loving people. And it's like, I'm so silly. It's so silly of me to think. Anyways, let me go to reading. What is up? Oh, there's Bear. Don't look at him. Oh, don't look at my bear like that. What's your problem? Richie, my sweet little potato. My sweet potato. Look at him. Sweet little hearts. This light. See if this helps the lighting a little bit. Oh, don't look at my armpit. Stop looking at my pit. Don't look at my mirror.
Sniff.
Michelle's like, oh my god. She's like, is that sandalwood?
Thing away.
Put that thing away. Oh, I'm sorry, Fluffy. He's like, my God, man, put that thing out of get that thing out of here. Oh, you're silly. How you doing, guys? What's going on? Damn, that 40 stream drop. Okay. He's like, I gotta get it. Come on, give me it. Whoa, whoa. Jeez, Fluffy Joe Dog. You don't gotta floss on everybody like that. Goddamn. I'm just kidding. I really appreciate you. Speaking of fluffy Joe Dogs, look at these fluffy Joe Dogs down here. Look at Finn right there.
Bear. Love that face.
That face, huh? Finn's tired. I was playing with her in the backyard for like a good 30, 40 minutes. So that makes me happy. Maybe she'll be calm for a little bit. Oh, God. The way he looks at me. He's like, why aren't you looking at me? Ooh, Reggie's like, oh, you mean this 40 stream streak? Oh, look at him.
Streakers.
There's a bunch of streakers in here. And this is what's...
Let me have my moment, LOL.
Sorry.
LOL.
Shut up. You just couldn't let Fluffy Joe Dog stand in the sunlight for a little bit. I thought about it. He was like, no, I'm better. It's like, he's like, no, I don't think I will. And then my friend from Temple, she's not, her son is like not talking to her because of his like really crazy wife. He has like a really crazy wife, right? And like, everybody's getting a flower. They were giving all the mothers and like just women. They were giving all the women flowers from Temple. And the monk was going around, and as she's talking to me, he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he interrupts us, and he's like, I just want to give you a flower. And he gives a flower to Naomi, my friend. And you could just see it in her eyes. She starts like instantly like just getting emotional. You can see her just getting super, super emotional. She's like, I'm sorry. It's just, this is the first gift I've gotten on Mother's Day. And she's like, I don't want a gift. It's not about the value of the present itself. She's like, it's just so overwhelming when, I had kind of given up the idea of like even getting anything for Mother's Day, like I was already outside of my consciousness. And then this monk comes in and is like, I insist that you take this little rose, She's like, it was very tremendous. It was very symbolic to me. She's so deep, like she doesn't see anything on the physical level. Like she sees obviously things are happening and she sees the gifts and the things that are happening around us. But then she looks at the whole karma behind it and like the spiritual side of it. She's like, what led to this moment? What does this represent? Everything that's happening, she's like, what does this represent to me? What is the deeper meaning behind this moment? Behind meeting somebody, behind a rose, behind looking at a flower. She'll be like, what is God trying to tell me through this? All the time with everything. It's really, really, it makes everything so magical. It turns the absolutely mundane into a magical conversation. It's how I want to live.
Love.
And then I have this thing right here who's like, you don't think people love you? She's like, are you worried about me not loving you? I'll love you right now. It's hot, huh? It's a little warm. A little bit warm, and then you've been playing outside. Now you're laying on top of your papa, trying to show dominance to your papa. Did you guys see the pictures of my Finn's sister and brother? I went to visit them yesterday as well.
Cuties.
We had a little barbecue at my aunt's house for Mother's Day early, and yes. Huh? I saw your siblings. You're like a baby compared to them. She's the run of the litter, so she's super tiny. It's so funny when I see
Finn is the cutest.
when I see the siblings, and I'm like, oh my God, they look just like Bear. They look really thick, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, how did we end up with you? You want this one? No? You want this one?
Cute.
Those are like his favorite ones. He likes to keep those around. These are my days. This is how my days are spent. Those are all your toys. You want more? What other ones are there?
Jealous.
Jealous. Yeah, so he keeps those there, and he like tries to usually picks which one he likes out of those. Yeah, just lay there. Be good. Yay! All right, cool. That worked out well. Anyways, we're here to think about God. So what were we talking about last
Coming
time?
to LA just to kidnap Finn.
You-
LMAO.
Michelle dive bombs into my house one day. She fucking throws a smoke bomb in my face, knocks me out, and then takes Finn and flies back out. She's like, Skyhook. That's what I imagine. So we read verse 19. So we're pretty much learning about the different sounds of the chakra points. As you raise your consciousness from the base chakra up, you start to hear different sounds of like bells and gongs, and eventually, when you get to the very top of the brainstem to the medulla center, you hear the sound of many waters. Right? It sounds like rushing waters. And this also explained. Yogananda was explaining how like this is what they were talking about in a lot of Bible verses when they say like within the temple light 7 candlesticks. These are the 7 chakra points, and behind him was the voice of many waters. And behind him, and he looked behind him, and there he was. It said something that resembled the body of man, and this was like the astral body. So it's some of the stuff we talk about here. It seems very like what are you talking about? But it's been explained before in other scriptures, but in different allegories. Just how this one chose the war of Kurukshetra as the allegory to explain all this. In the Bible, they use different stories and parables. Jesus taught in parables for a reason. So that way you can properly understand some of these very intense metaphysical, occult, hidden centers in the body. The tremendous sound reverberating through heaven and earth pierced the heart of the Dhritarashtra clan. So they heard all these noises, and then they got nervous. The bodily temple, right? The Dhritarashtra is the represents the human body, human conduct, negative, the blind sense king. So he represents like the blind sense mind. The vibratory sounds, the conch shells of the Pandavas' army. So the Pandavas are the good guys, right? Our good senses, the top of the upper part of the chakra points. The vibratory sounds, or the conch shells of the Pandavas' army, emanating from the activity of the astral centers, as heard by the devotee in meditation, resounding in the astral body, heaven, and the physical body, earth, discourage the body-bound mental and material desires and senses, the Dhritarashtra clan. So that's the material desires and senses. The soldiers of King Material Desire become much worried at seeing the devotee fast escaping from the snares of the sense plane. Just as materially minded children delight in the primitive rhythms of jazz and take no interest in the great symphonies, so the senses love the noisy world of gross pleasures and are insensible to the soothing music of the astral world. When a devotee develops sufficiently to be able to hear the astral harmonies, he feels distaste for materialistic sense pleasures and carefully avoids the noisy surroundings of sense-ensnared people. Stanza 12 stated that the ego creates many material vibrations to cheer the mind and its restless clan. In stanza 19, we find an opposite development. The astral sounds exert a stupefying effect on the undisciplined mental tendencies. And it's really nice because this gives you a lot of hope, because a lot of the times we feel as though the pool of material tendencies is way too powerful for anyone to try to combat. You know, our ego, what we like, what we dislike, things we enjoy. We have to kind of remove all those things to the left and to the right and just focus inside. No one wants to do that. You know, who wants to do that? That's very difficult, especially here in this very materialistic age. Like, everyone needs to make sure they feel good all the time. Don't you dare try to make someone feel bad. Oh, no. That's the worst thing you can do. So it's very difficult, but what's very enlightening and very hopeful to take from this text is that the same powers that are able to pull you away from heaven and away from the astral world, there's the opposite. There's very, very powerful occult hidden astral centers within our body that'll also just as powerfully move us up towards spirit, which I think is great. Because if this grip that I have on material desires is just this strong, I would like it if I could awaken the centers that are just as formidable for the opposite, reaching towards intelligence. Verses 20 through 23. The devotee observes the enemies to be destroyed. Verse 20 is beholding the dynasty of Dhritarashtra ready to begin battle. Pandava, or Arjuna, he whose flag bears the monkey emblem, lifted his bow and addressed Krishna. 21 through 22. Arjuna said, O changeless Krishna, please place my chariot between the two armies, that I may regard those who stand ready in battle array. On the eve of this war, let me comprehend with whom I must fight. Verse 23, here in this field of Kurukshetra, I wish to observe all those who have gathered with desire to fight on the side of Dhritarashtra's wicked son, Duryodhana. So what does this mean, right? So you, in this stanza, Arjuna is saying, let me go into the middle of this war. So they're both faced on each other's sides. And he's like, let me go in the middle and let me observe my enemies. Let me look at the wicked sons of the Dhritarashtra clan. So what does this really mean in an allegorical sense? During meditation, Pandava, the soulful powers of discrimination, beholds the mind's resentment at the devotee's enjoyment of the music of the astral plane. The devotee then triumphantly hoists his flag of self-control with the monkey emblem, signifying man's control over restlessness, the monkey mind. He strains his spine by holding his neck straight, pulling his shoulders back and pushing his chest forward and drawing his abdomen in. The position of the spine curved in front and not in the back is called the bow of meditation, well strung and ready for the battle with the senses. So, this is the basic meditation posture, right? This is the asana that everyone should be comfortable with. You have your stomach should be out, your chest should be out, your shoulders back, spine straight, chin parallel to the ground, and your spine should be bent forward a little bit. And this is for comfort, because when you have your spine out like this and the shoulders back, you're in a perfectly balanced position where you don't need to move. You can stay like this for hours. And you have to get used to it, of course. A couple of years of this, surely you'll be fine. You'll be able to stay like this for hours, but this is also a representation. This curved shape of the spine is also the curved bow. Interesting, huh? Oh, Mango, hello, my precious little Mango. Take a little lick of that, put it down, pass it to the next person. I love you to bits. Thanks for being here. Oh, she's like, let me grab my little potato and get on out of here. Oh, thank you, Richie. You're so sweet. Thanks for being here. Yes, guys, please check out Mango. Check out Richie. Incredible people. You're going to like the way you look over there.
Hello, cuties.
Hello, my precious little Mango. If you guys aren't following Mango, what are you doing? Follow her Discord. That's how I stalk her. I'm constantly looking at her pictures and just trying to figure out where she's going to be next week. It's a great way to stalk her. That's what I do.
I love it.
I love it. It's great. Perf. Michelle said, oh, my precious little Mango. Yes. It's a great time over there.
DB Michelle.
She's a little cutie patootie. Look at those emotes, huh? My goodness. Don't you want some of those emotes? I know I do. Go on, go over there. Follow. Subscribe. Follow her to her house. Follow her home. Yeah, why not? All right. In all physical activities, man sends thought and energy down from the brain to the bodily surfaces, thus keeping the ego engaged in material things. In every process of meditation, man sends thought and life energy away from the sense centers and towards the brain. For the spiritual adept, the monkey emblem signifies the control of restless thoughts by certain guru-given spiritual exercises of reversing the life force from the external senses of the medulla. Aided by the practice of Kichadi Mudra, touching the tip of the little tongue or uvula, the negative pole, with the tip of the regular tongue, the positive pole, When this exercise is practiced under the Guru's guidance by an advanced yogi, such as one who has first made significant spiritual progress in Kriya Yoga, it turns the sense-bound life current Godward. So this is a really advanced technique, but like if you curve the tongue inward, there's a uvula right there, and if you can touch the tip of your tongue with that uvula, that's like a really, really spiritually present point that if you kind of... It's a really advanced Kriya Yoga technique, but that's what he's talking about here. An essential adjunct to successful... Oh! He's like, I'm trying... Help me! It's not working! He's like, hold on, let me try... He just fucking...
I'm about to swallow my tongue.
No, don't do it, no, guys, please. He's... And this is how you French kiss. It's... I'm like, let me show you guys how I kiss. I'm just like... Oh, my bear's right here. He wants my attention so bad. Come here.
I learned it on a Twitch stream. Come
here, babe. Oh my god.
LMA.
Oh, you want to really go in there and really scrape the inside of the tongue. The inside of the tongue, the inside of the cheeks. Get inside the fucking teeth, every little... That's what I do. I want him to know. I'm like a dog. I'm like when my dog makes out with me. It's like, oh, I'm just... Oh my god. Not that my dog's ever made out with me. That's definitely not that that's ever happened. I'm like, Bear, no, please. Oh, I'm just
Clip that.
Chat, clip that. I'm just pinned up against the wall. I'm like, oh god, Bear, no. Yo, Provoke 710 Thoughts. How you doing, man? Congratulations on the new baby. Check out Provoke 710 Thoughts. The father, mother, friend. Oh, look, that's why I put that tongue in there. Oh, thank you, Richie. I appreciate you. Happy Mother's Day to your wife, to your lady, to your new mother.
Yo, thanks, homie.
No problem, man. My dog is drinking water. So I will have some too. Oh, my coffee, guys. I had coffee that I just brewed some coffee. I never poured it.
How goes it?
Oh, great, bro. It's fantastic. Meditating a lot, going to temple. I went to temple this morning. It was fantastic. I had a really incredible experience. It was a...
Surprise coffee.
Love surprise coffee. I'm like, good job, past hash. Yeah, so we were... It was fantastic, man. It's really great being around others who love God and finding others whose main goal is not, like, material goals. It helps me to realize, like, sometimes I question, like, whether or not I should have done this or made certain actions in my life, and it makes me realize, no, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, it was great, man. Yeah, but Sundays we read Bhagavad Gita until we're done, and then we'll read the Bible. Once my first break starts...
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah, man. Once the first break starts, I'm going to go get some coffee. But in the meantime... An essential adjunct to successful meditation is right posture. A bent spine throws the spinal vertebrae out of their proper order, thus squeezing the nerves of the principal plexuses of the nervous system. These maladjustments prevent clear sensory perceptions of material objects, and also retard the flow of life force into the brain to reveal the spirit. Just as a rubber tube squeezed in the middle stops the flow of water forward or backward, so the pinched spinal nerves due to misplaced vertebrae do not conduct to the senses the amount of outgoing energy necessary to obtain clear sense perceptions, and during meditation the squeezed spinal nerve plexuses obstruct the retirement of energy from the senses to the brain. Thus, the devotee who meditates with a bent spine gets little spiritual result. His bent spine is a broken bow, unable to protect him against the forces of restlessness. When he tries to concentrate and fix his attention to the point between the eyebrows, he finds his consciousness tied with the outgoing nerve current flowing toward the senses. Owing to the pinched nerves, the flow of life force cannot reverse itself through the spinal centers. Devotees who unscientifically try to enter the silence. This is a really important question. I remember months ago, I forgot who it was. I think it was John. I think it was Gulldozer. I think he asked me, like, how does one meditate? He's like, every time I try it, I get nowhere. And this is a really good, this when you go about it unscientifically, when you just try to sit in the silence, it doesn't really, you don't get anything out of it. No posture, no techniques, you're not going to get shit. It's like, devotees who unscientifically try to enter the silence are unable to do so as long as the currents of life energy flow downward to the senses. The unscientifically trained yogi knows how to withdraw the life energy as well as the mind from the senses. When the life energy retires into the spine, the 5 sense telephones of smell, taste, sight, sound, and touch are automatically switched off, preventing mental disturbances by sensations. After making the spine straight and hoisting the flag of self-control, the devotee directs the nerve force flow inwardly through the spine into the abode of spirit in the cerebrum. Spirit into the cerebrum. This is the state in which Pandava, the discriminating soul faculty, right, the good guides, addresses Krishna, the spirit, here referred to as Hridishkesha, Lord of the senses. A state in which the devotee's discrimination stands ready to discharge its missiles of unshaken concentration at any outbreak of rebellion from restless thoughts. In this perfectly recollected state, the devotee prays, O spirit stationed in the chariot of my intuition in the spinal centers, that I may behold therein the forces ready to oppose each other, and thereby understand the enemy I must fight. So so Arjuna is us, right? Arjuna is talking to Krishna, and Krishna is spirit. It's God. So this is what we're doing. We're controlling the flag of the monkey, right? We finally got the control of the senses, finally, after a bunch of meditation, and we finally sit down to pray, and we ask God, and we speak to Krishna, we speak to Christ. The devotee prays, O Spirit, station the chariot of my intuition in the spinal centers. So this is what he's talking about. This is the station, right? The chariot, right? In the middle of the war between the two sides. This is what he's talking about, the spinal. He's like, station my chariot in the spinal centers, that I may behold therein the forces ready to oppose each other, and thereby understand the enemy I must fight. The Mahabharata tells us that in the battle between the good Pandus and the wicked Kurus, Krishna became the charioteer of the noble Pandu brother Arjuna. The interpretation of this allegory is that when man's fiery self-control, this is Arjuna, the third chakra point, our self-control, is ready to battle all the forces of the senses, then the spirit, Krishna, becomes the devotee's charioteer, or the guiding power. The spirit expresses itself through the instrumentality of the intuition of the soul. Spirit's individualized reflection in man. In the first stage of meditation, the devotee's mind is inextricably bound up with sense consciousness. His mind is concentrated upon material sounds and restless thoughts. He is aghast to behold all the forces of restlessness and mental opposition arrayed against him. Millions of superficial devotees never pass beyond this state of a deadlocked psychological struggle between the senses and the soul forces of calmness and intuition. The devotee who is victorious in the initial psychological battle enters the second state of meditation, the metaphysical battle wherein his consciousness and life energy become centralized in the spinal centers. He sees himself as a warrior on the battlefield of the spine, the common field of spiritual forces and of the opposing mental or sense tendencies in their subtle form. When this battle is about to begin, the devotee feels a simultaneous pull toward the outgoing sense tendencies in the spinal centers and toward the inwardly turned spiritual forces of the soul. Yep. Damn it. Crazy leg, drop frames are going down.